top of it. Now, shouts out to It's Complicated. I did a few of these videos, and I'm going to answer some questions that he asks women or just individuals in general. And, this is just critiquing them, you know what I mean, and giving my perspective as if he asked Brother Ray. So without further ado, I'm going to find some questions that I want to ask or want to ask. And then, we're going to keep it moving like that. Okay, here's the first one.
Are beautiful women more privileged or disadvantaged by their looks?
Both.
Okay, well, they're definitely both.
That's true because, they are advantaged in points and disadvantaged in others. So it's balanced, but come on with it.
Both, but
So thank you for asking that.
well, let me ask you this. I mean, there's definitely disadvantages, but I mean, if the privileges didn't outweigh the disadvantages, would any woman ever bother getting plastic surgery?
Well, now, okay. There are benefits to being more attractive. That's with anything, okay? So it's just like they're just like a job offer. They're just like a car. They're just like a neighborhood. They're just like a business. You understand what I'm saying? So he brought up plastic surgery, and you have to invest in plastic surgery. And so what they're doing is they are enhancing themselves to make themselves more attractive. There's a difference between pretty and attractive, but he don't know that. But okay, I'm gonna see what the response is, and I'm gonna give another answer. Now here's another question.
Does a woman's level of physical attractiveness affect her behavior and potential for status?
Well, that's a loaded question, and to a degree, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now, when he says status, you know what I mean. He probably, with individuals such as myself, explain what you're talking about. Explain what you're talking about. Because again, women, how women look and carry herself. Yeah, that's any woman, not the healthy looking woman, not the unhealthy. That's any woman and anybody. So, yeah, that's a general question, loaded question. Again, it's kind of vague. But I asked the question, so I'm gonna find another question to answer on this video. Here go another something he's saying. Understand something, you know what I mean? A lot of these guys, he watched a lot of YouTube and everything like that, so he's, got red pilled or whatever. But let's listen to what he says, and I'm gonna let him get the question out, and I'm gonna answer the question. Come on, bring yourself out.
That men objectify women sexually?
Yes.
Okay, would you also agree that women also tend to objectify men financially?
Objectify men financially. How would you do that? Now, now when you say objective, just look at his financials. Yeah, I mean, yeah, by default, yeah, men objectify women, and women objectify unattractive men financially. He missed that point, but come on with it.
Yes.
Okay, because men are success objects, women are sex objects, women are beauty objects.
Whoa, wrong. Wrong. Here's what's wrong with the statement that he made. If, first and foremost, to a lot of individuals who have superficial relationships and things of that nature, then yes, a woman's man is a success object to her, and also that a man's woman is not a sex object to him. That is also a success object to him. So that's wrong. Because, truth be told, then there would be no point in getting married. Because if all the woman is a sex object, you can go buy a sex doll. You can go buy, you can get a male or a bride. You can get a, you can make a, I ain't gonna say that on YouTube, but you can buy a sex object. So no, that's wrong. Women are not sex objects to men. Women in superficial relationships are success objects to men. But that take that different level of understanding, but proceed.
Correct.
Is it harder to create or to maintain value?
Brother, you sound like a Kevin Samuels person. And I gotta school you with this right here. It takes time to build value. Now, you didn't say in the marketplace, you didn't say in relationship marketplace, you didn't say in the sexual marketplace. Only thing you said does it takes time to build value. And I would say it depends. It depends. The reason why I say it depends. Does it take time to build value? Well, you gotta build value in what? Yes, it takes time to build value. Yeah, because you're a high school graduate. You have a man been out here for 5 years grinding. You're not as valuable in the marketplace as he is because you don't know anything and he has experience. But you need to. Well, you may need to determine. But these individuals, they're internet nerds also. But that's my answer to that question. I'm going to pick another question to answer. He said, create or maintain it. Well, both of them equal. Create value. Well, but that's it. It's both of them equal. Come on, proceed. Hold on, let me see.
Is it greater on men to be successful or on women to be beautiful?
Well, again, there's no pressure at all for a man to be successful. Who's putting the pressure on that man? Who's putting the pressure on that woman to stay beautiful? Because you just said pressure, brother. And, it's complicated. I understand. You ain't there yet. You listen to these red pill guys and you don't understand. Who's putting pressure on these individuals to be successful? And what determines success, what really determines success if a man plans to do something and he does it. That's success. So, there's no pressure on a man to be successful. There's no pressure on a woman to stay beautiful. Because there's no one putting pressure on these individuals. So, pressure is what you feel when you don't know what you're doing. So, unless you're talking about a societal norm, which, if you're living for other individuals' validation, you lost anyway. But, good question. Yeah, good question. So I'm gonna answer another one. Hold on, let me see.
Men typically have to create their success while women just have to maintain their beauty.
Again. Okay. Here's what I say. Why? The question is the why. Now, if it's to attract another person, well, we've already proven. Now, if you say using money and looks, then we're not. This conversation that you're having is all about the sexual marketplace. Then, if it's looks and money, then it's very, very shallow. So, if you're going to be shallow with just sex, with men having money and women having looks, there's nothing else, then I would say, then yes, brother, you're going to have some money if you don't have anything else to get a woman. If a woman don't have anything else to attract a man, she has got to be beautiful. But that's another. I answered another question. I'm looking for another question to answer. Hold on, you got a question?
Men typically born with the muscles, money, and status that attract most women.
Well, again, he said money, muscle, and status. Well, you're not a baby you're not a baby. You understand me? So we're not talking about two babies. Okay? Yeah, she's not born beautiful. And he's not born tall. But now, if you have two 18-year-olds and he's 6'2", and she's beautiful, you can't buy height and you can't buy looks. So, yeah, if you got the height and looks, then yes, you can attract a woman. No money is needed. But the reason why that is complicated, the reason why you keep on bringing up money, is for those individuals who don't have the looks. Then you need the money. If you don't have the looks or the character or, a lot of other things I'm not going to put in this video, to attract a woman, then you need the extra stuff. And now if the woman don't have anything else but looks and beauty, but looks to attract the man, then, that's the most shallowest way to start a relationship. So yes, men are born with characteristics to attract a woman. Because men are 6'2" men were once babies. For somehow, tall privilege don't even, So if you have, weight, if you 6'2" and 225. But thanks for the question. I'm gonna answer another one.
Then aren't women born with inherent value while men have to create their value from scratch?
No. Again, value is in the eye of the beholder. Now, what women are born with, okay, is a thing that when she turned 12 years old, once she turns, let's say she's 16 years of age, you have men in their 30s, up 30s on down, in pursuit of the juice box that she has. She's born with that. And men have a drive to obtain that. So yes, women are born with inherent value, but how it's valued is in the eye of the beholder. Now, men don't have to create value. if they already have certain attributes and characteristics. Like I say, if a guy is 6'1", 200 pounds, he was born like that. He was born like that. You can't buy height. He was born like that. Now, and an 18-year-old young lady is not really looking for any money. Unless, she meet guy to guy, and they start offering her money. Then, when it's your turn to meet her, then you would need money because that's what level, or that's her that's a new starting point now. So, again, certain men, you don't have to build nothing. Case in point, in high school, that is the rawest form of dating and mating. The rawest form. What everything goes on in high school. Looks. There's no money. There's no status, and it's status. It's status, but there's no money involved. But guys still have sex with women. So no, man. Men, just like women, are inherently born with value. But let me find another question.
Your average man is more likely to find your average woman attractive than your average woman will find your average man attractive. Isn't that true?
Yeah, that's definitely true. Now,
okay, so aren't women born with, the natural assets that attract most men, but men aren't typically born with the natural assets that attract most women?
Brother, I just answered that question. But let me find another question.
Should be considered beautiful. Does that mean that all men can be successful?
Well, you're making a mistake and saying, well, all women are created beautiful, so all men can be successful. On face value, yes, every man is successful. and being where they at because they did what it takes to be where they at. So they're successful in doing that. And the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if a woman thinks she's beautiful and another man co-signs that, then yeah, she's beautiful. So, that's an alright question. So I'm gonna find another question. Here's the question of the night.
How do nightclubs get away with charging men a higher admission fee than women? Isn't that sexist?
No, that is not sexist. That, sir, is business. Okay, that is business. So let me break it down to you. And I'm gonna break it, in Islam and radical Islam and things you hear. The rumor is that a lot of those guys die for the religion, and they are met with 30 virgins. Now, to a man, hey, I get 30 virgins. That's great. Now, a woman don't want to be in a room with 30 virgin men. But a man would love being in a room with 30 virgin women. So in the act of ladies' night, and nightclubs are ruled by sex, then men are going to go to the place where the most women or the highest opportunity to have sex. See, sex work is not the third oldest occupation, and never JJ ain't the third oldest occupation in the world for nothing. So no, that is not sexist. That is doing business. It's called knowing your clientele. But good question though. Here's another question.
So if private companies can get away with that type of sexism, why shouldn't private companies get away with a gender pay gap?
Oh, brother, that's two different things. That's two different things. And here is the mentality behind that. If women can get in free, there will be more women for the men. Okay? Now, now most men are driven by the possibility of having sex. And so men are willing to pay to have sex. I'm going to break it down even further. That's like saying, why are there no all-male brothels? How much money would an all-male brothel make? Or which one will make the most money? An all-female brothel that serves men, or an all-male brothel that serves women? Which one will pay more? That's just like saying, prophylactic companies are sexist because they make the most money off male prophylactics. If prophylactic companies like Lifestyle, Trojan, Durex, things of that nature, if they depended on females to buy their products to stay in business, they would sink this ship before it leave the dock. But the reason why Trojan, Lifestyle are still in business and thriving is because of the sex drive of men. So you can't confuse sex drive and more women being in the club and drawing money, opposed to being in the workplace and these individuals don't draw a dime. So you're equating individuals who letting women in free, and so if it's a lot of women in the club, they will attract more men to come to the club. We can charge the men more, and men don't mind paying more. But in the workplace, for the same job, doing the same work, working the same hours, okay, y'all ain't drawing a dime or nothing like that, there's no performance-based pay, then that's just like, that would be wrong. But thanks for the question. Here comes another question.
The question.
Okay.
So why do the people who say they want equality only complain about the double standards that don't benefit them?
Well, because they want to be special. Individuals don't want to be treated equal. They want to be treated special. So when they're not treated special, that's when the complaint starts. But good question.
More likely to see men fighting for women's issues than you see women fighting for men's issues.
Men fight.
Because old men trying to get laid, bro. Period. They trying to find them a woman at those marches. That's why they do it. But good question, though.
Go to women's marches and identify as feminists?
I've never seen it.
Well, brother, I'm going to say it like this. I identify as a feminist. Feminism. Definition. Women, equality, the equal treatment of women as the equal treatment of women. I do that all the time. Talk to them the same. Hold them to the same standard. Not going to take off and treat them as one of my partners of boys and things of that nature in the marketplace. See, feminism only works in the marketplace. And in the marketplace, it's not really feminism. It's that the women want to be treated special. You don't call it like it is. But, good question. Here's another question.
Why don't women just start identifying as men to get higher pay, and men start identifying as women in order to get free drinks at ladies' nights?
At the rate America's going, that wouldn't surprise me.
Well, first off, it's not higher pay for men just because you're a man. It's the fact that you do more dangerous jobs because you're a man. Now, I don't see a reason why any man, well, you can do what you want to do. You're a grown person. But there's no, that'd be the stupidest thing in the world. To identify as a woman, to just only to get in the nightclub for free, but women are identifying as men to get money. But okay, well, good question. Thank you for the question. Let me find another question. Here's another question.
The fact that OnlyFans exist prove that women are okay being objectified as long as they're getting paid.
Well, that's a loaded question. He said, love being objectified. Well, we're going to say it like this. Objectified in a woman showing her body for pay is two different things. One is a business. It's business. Now, if you wanted to say that, you might as well say the fact that porn exists. And porn has been around forever. When you say that the fact that OnlyFans exists, you should have said the fact that porn exists, that women are willing to be objectified along with getting paid. And I'm going to say it like this. Women are willing to be objectified if they like the individual who's objectifying them. And they will do that for free. They will do it for free. So, with that being said, the fact that OnlyFans exists, it was porn before OnlyFans. And women were getting objectified in porn for a very long time. But, good question. Well, let me say something about OnlyFans. Don't you know that men can have an OnlyFans too? So men can have an OnlyFans and strike the same poses as women do. So OnlyFans is a bad, very, very bad example. The best one is porn. Men being objectified, women are being objectified. But if they're doing solo stuff and things of that nature, it all depends on who make the most money. And men were willing to pay for heterosexual porn more than women are willing to pay for heterosexual porn because of the sex drive of men. And that's not a double standard. That's kind of that is the way it is. We running along, but I shouldn't be. Hopefully, I don't have too many more questions to ask. Here's a heck of a question.
Who is responsible for pregnancy, the man or the woman?
Both?
Correct.
Okay. Why do women claim to be the creators of life when the child is wanted, but when the pregnancy is unplanned, it suddenly becomes the man's fault for not wearing a condom?
Well, again, I don't know who claimed that mess. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard before in my life. Well, okay. That is semantics like reward and consequence. They're both the same thing. They're both are results of actions. It's just that the reward is desired and the consequence is undesired. If that makes sense. So a woman saying that, you know what I mean, if she planned to have it and the baby was planned, then yeah, this is an outcome of planning. But if it's unplanned, meaning that she trusted, because she had to trust the man to wear a condom, She trusted the man to wear a condom. He didn't wear a condom and he didn't pull out. So yes, it is the man's fault. It is the man's fault. Unplanned. Planned, both of them. Because again, like I said, I have a video on here of me in the Walmart viewing condoms. I seen way more male condoms than female condoms. I guess it's business. But let me find y'all another question. Here's another question.
Well, aren't women ultimately the ones who decide who gets sex and who gets born?
Yes, but the last one is a loaded question. It's a loaded question, especially in Tennessee. Yes, the ultimate decision of the pregnancy is up to the woman. But how does it look? Her being married and aborting a kid. How did it look in the law's eyes? So now, if you're saying that women are ultimately responsible for who gets born, well, again, why does she have to go to the hitman office? Why does she have to go through an abortion? All the man got to do is put on a condom. If he don't want to be a father, he don't want to give up his power, he don't want to give that power over to the woman, then if the man don't want the kid, he should put on a condom. He should protect himself. That's my thought. But come on with it.
For the most part, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Why do women claim to be the creators of life when the child is wanted, but when the pregnancy...
That's it. That's a wrap on that. I just decided to give my take on this right here, and hope I gave the brother some clarity. He ain't asked me and nothing like that. I'm just, no hate, nothing like that. Just, yes, once you go out there again, make sure you ask them properly and put things in the proper context. Because it appears to me as if you're gathering information off the internet and then asking a question you don't really know the subject. But you do great, dope content, and, your folk come over and your folk been coming over showing me love and things of that nature. So, no hate, nothing like that. Thank y'all for y'all time. Shouts out to It's Complicated. Talk to y'all later.